What's up, guys? We're back for another episode of the
Pew, pew,
Misguided Misfits
pew, pew, pew,
podcast.
pew.
As always, it's your girls, Pibbs.
And Isis.
And if I sound like I'm dying, I feel like I am. Okay? My daughter got the plague from one of our neighbors during our Easter egg hunt that we did for the neighborhood. And I don't know what kind of sickness that children carry, but I don't know. We over here fighting for our life because it don't make no sense for me to still be this sick. And Paisley act like ain't nothing happened. She doing backflips in the kitchen or whatever, and me and Ro are struggling.
Bruh, where that lady at with that list on TikTok?
Man, because I'm telling you, kids just don't have no understanding on how to not spread germs. They'll look at you dead in your eye and just cough in your face, sneeze in your face, and then just run and go back to whatever the heck they was doing.
Bruh, it's the wiping of the nose for me and then
Uh,
touching everything.
oh my God. And this is no disrespect to my neighbors because I'm appreciative for them coming and showing their support. And we had a really good turnout for the Easter egg hunt. It went really well. I'm excited to do it bigger and better next year. But now that I'm sick, I think back on some of the moments from the party where I'm like, that was probably the moment where the sickness spread right there. And I don't know if it's because of COVID or what, but I feel like we are so much more aware of like people coughing and sneezing than we used to be. And I ain't never wanted to fight a kid before, but I want him to know when I see him taking out his trash or whatever, I'm definitely gonna let him know that his kids got us all sick over here.
Bro, they probably been sick too. They were just like, well, let's just share the love.
When I say he literally dropped his kids off and was like, "All right, let me know when the party over." I'm like, he needed a break, and I get it, I get it. But we had a good time, just like we had a good time during the Here's the Thing tour. I'm so sad that my bestie had to go back home, and I know some of you guys are wondering why we skipped a couple weeks. Like, whenever me and Isis are in the same town, like we have so many plans. We had
And what's
plans,
so sad is that we had probably had more than enough time
definitely did.
to record an episode, and we looked at each other and we was like, we should be recording.
But we was actually trying to enjoy the time that we don't often get with each other. So we apologize for the delay, but we had a ball. We got to eat fancy food. And if you're not following me on Facebook, what are you doing? Because you can see all of the vlogs and all that stuff from our trip. But Kev on stage, that chick Angel, Josh, they put on a show. Okay, like
Rich.
I don't know what I thought was gonna happen, but they
I'm gonna be
blew my
honest.
expectations.
I didn't think like watching them on their podcast. Like I don't listen to their podcast. I watch them on YouTube. So watching their podcast is hilarious. It's funny. Sometimes I be crying, dying, laughing. But it's different when you're seeing it live because podcast tours, I'm pretty sure it's not a new thing, but it's become a lot more popular within the last few years. So I was worried. I was like, it's probably not gonna be as good. Like he not really doing like stand up, um like worked out materials. I don't really know how this is gonna be. But it was still like really good. It was literally just like if you was watching them doing a podcast on YouTube.
Yeah, it was so great. The only thing I will say to that fat lady that kept getting her fat ass up,
And
and
I
I'm
was so the theater that we was in, first of all, we went to go see them in Birmingham, Alabama, which if they do this again, we need to go to Atlanta. Because Atlanta was lit. All day family was in Atlanta. I mean, Birmingham was lit too. Don't get me wrong; it was really lit. We was singing,
Yeah,
harmonizing. It ain't
yeah,
nothing like the South with that singing. It was still fun. But anyway, so it was in the Lyric Theater downtown Birmingham. I have never been in that theater before. All the years that I lived there, never been in there before. But when you walk in, you could tell it's an old theater because the
yeah,
seats and the rows were
yeah.
so small and so tight together that this was definitely back before America got overweight, because there was no like knee room, like at all. Like it was, you know how when you go places and you be like, and you be sitting in stadium seats and people just be slouched all in their seat, kneeing you in the back of your head. Like it was no other option but for you to knee somebody in the back of their head because it was no space.
Yeah.
And her friends all
When
wanted to get up and not be on time. I'm sitting at the end, so I'm in the aisle seat, so I gotta get up. Ketora gotta get up.
when
Then
I
I gotta
say
wait for everybody to file back in before I sit down.
that lady had to have gotten up at least 5 or 6 times during the
Bro,
entire beginning, middle, and end of the podcast. And then what kind of pissed me off, and don't get me wrong, I am a big, beautiful black woman. I wears me a plus size, and but you got to understand too when you being irritated. Like you know darn well you got this dump truck, and
bro.
there's nowhere for you to go because the aisles are so tight. So we literally have to leave the aisle. Now we standing in the middle of the stairs. Every time you got to get up and go pee or whatever case may be. And if you got like a medical condition, I apologize. But when you
You
and
need
if
to
you know you
pick
got
your seats accordingly.
exactly get an aisle seat so you're not hindering everybody else that's trying to get on the show. And
Because
I
not only
know
are you interrupting the people in your row, you're interrupting the people in the row behind and the row forward, and then everybody else is looking because they trying to figure out
why the hell these folks in the
just
aisle.
getting up, like filing out in, like it was crazy.
It
It
really
definitely
was.
wasn't one of those situations where you could just stand up and let them pass, because it was no room. Like you literally had to file out. Like you had to walk out the aisle to let people in and out.
And I was so irritated. And I know that I already have a resting bitch face. And the look that I gave that lady on about the first time, you like, oh, ha, 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 ha. And the second time, you like, all right now. The third time, you like, if this motherfucker get
And
up
then
one
they
more
had
time.
food and drinks and popcorn. If you know you can't hold your piss, what you supposed to do is you pee before the show start. I'm
Mm-hmm.
so sorry if you get thirsty within this hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm so sorry. But you just can't eat or drink nothing, because
You got to treat them like a little kid before
like
bedtime.
it's very rude to just be having to make people have to get up, stand up. I pay my money to sit down and watch these people on stage, not to be having to get up 3, 4, 5 times unprovoked because you got to pee.
Yeah, it was super irritating. But they put on a hell of a show. We had a really good time. We ate some really good food while we were in Birmingham. It was really nice seeing my bestie. We're gonna get better at actually having better time management when we're together, because it's sad that we can do the podcast and be productive when we're 1,000 miles away from each other, but when we're together, we going shopping, we going out to eat, we
We went
drinking.
strawberry picking.
Girl, we did everything but record the podcast. We definitely did, but we got to plan our next trip. Hopefully Isis makes a plan for her birthday, because you know she be last minute.
I probably will not, but
Next
you
year,
know,
I want you to know we are going on a Disney cruise, so you better get your coins
well,
together
I wanted to
because
just go on a regular cruise, so we're gonna have to figure something out for the
mm,
next year then.
okay,
'Cause
because
I
I'm
want to
fine
go
with
on
that.
a adult
I think
cruise.
by then I'll be okay, and Paisley won't be
You
nursing
won't,
anymore.
but it's
Yes,
okay
I
because your ass is
will.
coming.
I'm gonna be good. Robe
You not,
and then my
but
father
I don't
also
care.
said that he wants to watch Paisley a little bit more and build a bond with her. So
That's cool and that's fine, but you're not gonna be okay. But I
I'm
just
gonna
want to
be
let you know I don't
good.
care if you okay or not. I really don't. I will
once
push
we get on
Paisley down.
the cruise, we gonna be good. But
I
I'm
will
definitely
push
planning.
Paisley. They know you gonna be that one that's paying that $3 a minute, trying to call home to talk to Paisley on the second day we there. Is she okay?
We're gonna be like, stop calling us. Enjoy your time. And it's so bad because everybody around me be like, have a good time and enjoy yourself. And I'm like, I wonder what she doing. I wonder if
She
they
ain't thinking
feeding her.
about you.
Bro, when we went to go see wrestling for in January, my dad and my stepmom watched her. And when I tell you, I'm checking my phone like every 5 minutes, like, what is she doing? Is she eating? Like, I brought all type of shit, medicine, everything you could think that she might need because I'm like, I don't want anything to happen. I'm like, this is her insurance card. They like, if y'all
Lord,
don't get the hell out of here. But it's first mom syndrome. But
bro.
I just don't want to be like the parents that were parenting these child stars for Nickelodeon, Disney, and all that jazz because I don't know if you guys, well, I'm sure everybody has heard by now about the, what was it called? The Dan Schneider off the set, quiet on set.
Yeah, pride on set. Yeah,
It was so unfortunate. And number one, though, y'all need to start listening to these people before because a lot of people on my timeline were like, oh my God, I can't believe this shit happened, blah, blah. I'm like, they've been talking about this for years.
forever. If
I'm
it's
like, they've
not
been telling
Disney,
y'all.
it's Nickelodeon. If it ain't it's always a child actor coming out saying that they had a horrible experience, some type of sexual assault when they were kids,
hmm
and
And this is trigger warning. We are going to be talking about things that may be triggering to some people. So if you want to fast forward through this part of the podcast, feel free. But it's very unfortunate. I do hate to hear about some of the negative things, and most of the people who have been experiencing it be the people whose parents be uninvolved, the people whose parents be trying to use their kids to make money and to fulfill some kind of what's it called when you living vicariously through somebody. And I just think it's super unfortunate. And I don't want to spend too much time talking about the whole show or whatever, but I do want to talk about how it's okay if you haven't experienced a particular thing or you had a different experience with a particular person than somebody else has to just not say anything. Like if you know,
yeah,
and that goes for any aspect of life. Like if you know, remember, it made me think of like when K Michelle was saying that what's his name?
myth hits.
I knew it was some weird ass shit. But when he was saying that when she was saying that he was abusing her and all these other women talking about not my friend, he would never. And then when he started hitting Lil Wayne ex-wife, what's her name?
Toya.
Toya. When he started hitting her, now everybody like, oh my God, I'm so sorry or whatever. But y'all didn't say that when K Michelle was saying it. So the same thing goes with the Dan Schneider, with the it's another Brian Peck, I think his name was. But if I'm wrong, this is all satire. Don't take everything we say with a grain of salt. But just because your child may have not experienced that or you were around to protect your child or whatever does not minimize what they did or didn't do or whatever. Also, like, it's okay to just be quiet. Like, I
Quiet.
think the interview with Keenan Thompson was a
Yeah.
perfect example of how to handle that situation. He said, "Look, I didn't experience that, but I take my hat off and I feel for my colleagues and my friends who were experiencing that and I wasn't aware." That's it. That's all. That's all you
Yeah.
gotta say.
And
Because
then
Kyle
he said he
Massey,
wasn't even, well, he was on all that, but
but it was
he was,
after.
he was,
Dan
yeah.
Schneider didn't come on to all that until after his time had already passed. And
And
and that's
also,
not to say
I do understand that, even if certain people didn't experience it, you still getting all these tweets and comments about, well, what are whatever people asking you about your experience. and maybe talking negatively about why you might not be saying anything, but sometimes it's just better not. As much as people talk about how Beyonce don't never come out and talk about social issues, it's because for one, she don't got to, and then for two, people talk about her bad about little stuff already. Can you imagine if Beyonce came out on a stance or something?
You remember when she was doing Black Lives Matter, her record sales went down and everybody, like, they want you to be loud when they want you to be loud. But if your opinion differs from what they believe, then it's a problem. Like, everybody don't have to speak up. Like, people were like, Ariana Grande hasn't said anything and blah, blah. She got her own shit going on.
Bro,
She losing her voice every minute of the day from stealing that lady husband. Like, let her do what she got to do. Like, everybody don't have to share their trauma. And
I about to say, and maybe she did go through it, and it's something that she, not saying that she did, but it could be something that some people did go through, and maybe they just don't want to speak out about it. Maybe they just want to let that be what it is and move on.
that's perfectly fine. And
Like
that's these celebrities do not owe you their trauma, like, at all. They do not owe you their trauma. And also, like, I feel for the young version. I think we talked about this before about Josh. Is that his name? No, Drake Bell. That's his name. Like, I feel for him, but at the same time, I want him to take some accountability for what he has done as an adult since
yeah,
experiencing
I didn't
these
watch it
traumas.
because I didn't. That's not really the type of thing that I like to watch. But I found it kind of weird that they did interview him, even though that's his story and stuff happened to him. But I'm just like, this is weird because he is a convicted sex offender or whatever the case may be. Um, it just felt like a sympathy grab. But apparently, whoever did this documentary or whatever was doing some shady stuff anyway. Like what's that old man? He was like a host of some show,
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
was like
yeah.
I wasn't
Mark,
even
Mark,
there at all. He was like, I wasn't even there at all when Dan Schneider. I never ever met Dan Schneider, and they had me come under the pretenses of they was just talking about Nickelodeon. And he was like, next thing I know, they showing me some video and you know making it weird. And he was like, he walked out on the interview, but they still end up using the portion of the little interview that they got to make it seem like he was just like in support of
whatever they
whatever
was
was
talking about. Yeah, his
happening.
name Mark Summers.
Yeah.
First off, shout out to Double Dare and Double Dare 2000. That was my shit growing up. And Unwrapped as an adult, my shit. Who knew that I want cared about how Cheetos were made? Who knows? But it's so good. Like, I don't know. I think that's super bogus to do and to blindside somebody into an interview, especially when he ain't had nothing to do with nothing.
I was gonna say he
Like,
didn't have no contact with that man. He wasn't even a part of Nickelodeon and those shows when that man was there. And for y'all to like, if y'all don't have reputable people, y'all don't have reputable people. But don't just try to drag people in to make your point. Like, we all know that these kid actors be going through some stuff and adults be taking advantage. There's no need to lie to people to get your point across.
yeah, exactly. And if some people don't want to tell their story, it is what it is, and you don't do no backhanded shit to try to get them to make your show look better. Because all they do is kind of make me side eye you and your intentions.
Yeah.
Because don't fuck with our boy Mark. He ain't did
And he
nothing but
old. Leave that man alone.
he talk about. Yeah, I had a great time in Nickelodeon. You like, what the fuck? It's super unfortunate. But to kind of switch gears, I don't know if you. Well, I know you don't watch sports. I watch sports. I love all things sports. And I haven't used FanDuel, but I have used Prize Picks, which we're not sponsored, but if they want to sponsor us, feel free. So imagine you had won. I think the dude won like $1,200 or something like that. From like a $5 bet or a $2 bet or something like that. And FanDuel sends him an email like, "Hey yo, you owe child support, son." So that we had to take that. And literally, I think he ended up having like $2 or something left, or a couple cent. And I just know that he was just 88 hot. Cause to make a parlay that gets you 1,000% back on your money, and you like, yeah, he probably already was spending the money in his head, and baby mama said no.
It wasn't even the baby, it was the government. I don't
Yeah,
understand, like, I mean, I guess you wouldn't think that a person like a place like FanDuel would be connected with the government. Not that you wouldn't think it would be connected with the government, but it's so connected with the government to where they quickly
yeah, because
can,
you ain't
take your
even get the
money.
funds, and they kind of retroactively did it. They ain't even let it go through. But
Yeah,
FanDuel trying to stay open, so they ain't trying to. They already,
bro.
with the gambling shit.
Also, men, and I get it. I understand y'all don't like being on child support, yada yada whoop de whoop. Yo baby mama this, yo baby mama that. She low down for putting you on child support. Yada yada yada. The age old story. Give me a break. But please, y'all need to start paying y'all child support. I'm pretty sure I told a story about a TikTok, a lady that the man is 60 some years old and his kids is grown now, and they taking that man's social security check because he still owe back child support.
And like we told y'all before, like just be nice to your baby mamas and shit, because most of the time when you get in trouble for your child support, it don't even be your baby mama; it's the government,
It's the
because
government,
they want their piece of that money.
like anytime you find, and then this is going off on a tangent, but it's the fact that men will literally quit their job
Yeah,
so they
just to
don't have
not
to
get
pay
it, mom.
child support. And then it's women out here with these men who is quitting their job so they don't have to pay child support. Just dumb and dumber out here, girl. What? Why?
And
Why?
he told her the baby mama ain't shit and blase skippy.
At this point, that's besides the point. If she ain't shit or whatever, but the government is in it now, so it don't matter
Mm-hmm.
what she is. The government don't care. You gonna pay this money.
Mm-hmm. And that's one thing
Also,
I
in
try.
the way some of y'all be complaining, and I be on TikTok seeing these women that be showing they $7.50 child support checks,
Yeah, like
and
come on,
y'all
girl.
be talking about they out here using you for your money. And what am I doing with $7.50?
Absolutely nothing. You can't even get a Big Mac for $7 no more.
Just please tell me, what are they doing with that $7.50 coming out your check? And what job do you have to where it can only give her $7.50? How are you living?
Yeah, they be bumming it.
Like, y'all always talking about what can women bring to the table, and y'all barely got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of.
Side note, that is literally one of my favorite old people
Bro, because it
sayings.
makes so much sense.
Like, you ain't even got the pot or window to throw the shit out of. Damn.
Bro, you can at least have one or the other, but you ain't got neither.
Got the Kool-Aid, no sugar.
Bro,
Mm-mm-mm.
ham, no burger, which that is just, I guess burger, no bun, but.
Bruh, cereal, no milk. Now that, have you ever just poured a bowl of cereal
And I'm
and you,
known for eating cereal dry, but when you in the mood for cereal with milk,
I ain't never want no cereal dry
you
unless it's
want the
some cinnamon toast
cereal
Crunch.
with you want the cereal with the milk, and it just throws off your whole everything.
Bro, there has been times where I wanted to break up with my husband because I got my bowl of cereal, and I go and I got the spoon in the bowl already and everything. You go in there and ain't no fucking milk. And not only do it not be no milk, but it's not even about the milk. It's that you didn't tell me that we was out of milk. You poured the last bit of milk in your cup. and was like, all right, and just went about your day. You could have said, baby, we ain't got no milk. Can you add milk to the grocery order? But enough of that. I just feel like just do right by each other and take care of your kids or whatever the case may be. Because when the government get involved, the government wants their money, okay? And they gonna get it back in blood. like every time, okay? And they'll let you get away with it for so long and let that interest build.
Well,
And then
think
they,
about it. The good thing is that now you up on your child support, and you can.
no. What if he still owe? He might still owe some. And they just took what they could.
Well, you $1,200 less than what you owe.
And I know he called his baby mama right after that.
Please,
Like,
can you please? They took my. Can you please? I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
wrong
The
number.
number you have dialed.
It's no longer in service. And speaking of no longer in service, I want to know, has anybody legitimately seen Diddy since the raid? Like, I heard rumors that he was on a private island. I heard rumors that he was in Miami.
He been posting
Like,
pictures with his kids.
oh, has he?
I don't know if
Family
they
first.
recent pictures. He's posted pictures recently, but I don't know if those pictures are recent.
I did see that his daughters was at LeBron James' house partying with LeBron
Them little
Jr.
girls look damn near older than me for them to be
Uh-huh.
16, 17.
Uh-huh. It ain't none of my business. But they definitely give me fast what they used to call you when you was a kid, uh fast tail or whatever.
Or loose. I think loose was a little bit before our time, but I remember hearing that.
But, to each his own, celebrity kids, they live a different life than
Especially when
what
your
we be
daddy
living.
diddy.
Yeah, and did he do it? We don't know. But
Bro.
I don't know. I don't like talking about the whole Diddy situation until we have all the facts. Because there's a lot of people that once you get to a certain level in terms of money and shit, it seems like the whole world be against you. And it's
Bro,
so
can
I don't
we
want to
also,
go ahead.
I understand as black people, first of all, we pick and choose when we want to uplift people. Also, black people are the biggest proponents of building you up
And tearing your
to
ass
tear
right
you
down.
down. That's another story for another day. And I'm not saying, obviously, we don't know if Diddy did it or not, obviously. But if everybody been saying the same thing for decades, something is true in there.
Mm,
And sometimes when it comes to sexual assault, trafficking, and all that, it's probably not true. But like we said earlier, please keep your mouth closed, because the same people that talk about don't bring a black man down is the same one that won't let their children around their uncle at the family
mm,
picnics and family
mm,
gatherings.
mm.
Again, we don't know if Diddy did it or not. All it's speculation. Although once he gave that girl $30 million,
We knew that was the end of the empire right
hey,
there.
I'm not saying that he did it, but he settled real quickly. So Cassie knows some stuff
And
and then
okay,
been
and
through
I'm gonna
some
say this
stuff.
too, like if you was in on it during the time that it was happening and you was cool with it while it was happening, please don't come back later talking about now you thought about it and you weren't cool with it.
No, because it wasn't, whatever was happening wasn't cool when it was happening when you was involved.
So, like, can we just
But
all just, if you don't feel comfortable doing some shit, don't do it and then come
also the
turn.
way that Stevie J is
He is
penis
riding for
riding
him.
right now,
He knows something. He on one of them tapes. And he trying
bro.
to make sure that Diddy, because I feel like Diddy letting ain't saying nothing and all that because he got allegedly tapes that got other people on it, kind of like the Epstein shit. Like I feel like, especially when you get to that level or whatever, um, they be having dirt on everybody. So
You
if you
got
was at one
to,
of them
cause
Diddy
why would I be the
parties,
only? Why would I be the only person that go down for this?
and I ain't gonna lie, if I was into that type of shit, and all y'all was at the parties doing all that crazy, shady shit with me, ain't no way I'm letting y'all tear me down by myself. We all going to jail. We gonna be cellmates because y'all ain't finna turn on me. Be like, Billy, I saw your ass tooted up last week and you got the nerve to come over to my house acting like you don't know what's up. Nah, tell Bertha that I got you on tape. Go ahead, tell her. Like, that's gonna be me because you ain't finna tear me down by myself. But I just feel like it's just been so much craziness going on in the news. We got so many like headline type stories. You got everybody in rap is beefing right now. You got the
Also,
Kendrick. Go ahead.
before we move on from Diddy, his baby, who is this lady? Is it his baby mama?
Yeah,
Whose
the oldest
son?
son.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
not, that's not his, right? It's not the dark skinned one.
No, that's not the dark skin, but the other one, that's his son too, though. The light skinned one, that's his. Not Quincy, the other one. He got
Oh,
what's that boy name?
I'm an I get her sentiment and where she was trying to come from, but this was not the case. Of She was making it seem like the feds, or not feds, Homeland Security. Who were they?
Yeah, they might be that's still the feds, I think.
Oh, anyway, she made it seem like they dragged them boys out of that house, threw them on the ground,
They just
and
had him sit in the car, didn't they?
yeah, they just had them in handcuffs and like they was just detained. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't.
that's how that happened when somebody
I'm
is
like, but
getting.
this wasn't. She was like, the way that they had, girl, this is not the time. Also, these are grown men. You talking like these are 17-year-old children.
But also, when the police come to your house and they have a warrant, they can detain you
Pain
while
people.
they're
Yeah.
doing the warrant search or whatever, so you
First of
don't
all,
try to hide no
yeah, this is a big
evidence.
ass house. They don't know what they got in there. They don't know what they gonna find. So anybody that they find, they gonna have to detain them
And
for
apparently,
safety of
Stevie J was
everybody.
there during one of them raids. Allegedly is what I heard. I'm trying to figure out how you end up being like the you marry his dead best friend's wife, and now y'all cool. I don't know. Some just seem fishy.
I don't know. Let some people tell it. Now they saying he was involved in it too. Not Stevie
Yeah.
J. Diddy.
Or what in the murder?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've been saying that since the beginning of time.
So if
Because
I
I
was
just
in
think
on
it's
the murder of
crazy
my
how
best
y'all
friend,
wasn't even in the same y'all weren't in the same vehicle all of a sudden. It was just a lot during that whole time. Then they said that apparently he was going to leave the record label. There was so much stuff going on. But who knows? I think that's one of those things that we never gonna know the real story to. Like they said, like literally every person that was involved with the Tupac murder, like ended up murdered. Other than the one person that like came out not too long ago saying he was involved with it. But like everybody else was murdered within like a week or two
I feel
of
like Diddy
the
gonna come out with do a OJ and write a book
yeah, if I
talking about
did
if
it.
I did it,
Or did he do it would be a great title for
bro,
the book. I'm
bro,
not saying he should do this, but if he did do this, I would definitely
bro. He
go
need
and
to
buy
wait
me
till
a
he
copy.
like 80.
Yeah, yeah, like how those mobsters come out and be like, "Yeah, I killed this person, this person, this person, this person, this person,"
Yeah,
because
because at
ooh,
that
we
point you about to die anyway. So
might as well. But I don't know. I ain't giving no deathbed confessions. Y'all gonna have to get that shit back in blood. Ain't nobody gonna find out shit. It's a no for me. But where do you stand with the whole hip hop rap beefs? Because number one, I feel like they don't do rap beefs the way they used to. Like think about
yeah,
No Vaseline, Hit 'Em Up. Think about Ether. Like
but also it wasn't social media wasn't how it was then versus how it is now.
yeah, yeah.
Um, where you kind of had to rap, even if it wasn't good. You kind of had to rap to get your lick back. Now you can rap, you could tweet, you could post, you could post, whatever. Um, to whatever, get your point across.
I can't. I hate the tweeting back and forth because that seems so pussy. Like, let me get my
Well, for
phone
me
and
as a cook, I don't be on Twitter like that, but I can only imagine people on Twitter, like, cause now you gotta find the thread, what it'd be too much to try to even keep up with. First of all,
yeah, yeah. Because I'm trying to figure out why is JT and Glorilla into it anyway. Like, I'm so confused. Like, I heard reports
so
that Glorilla slapped her or something, and then she said she didn't slap her. So confused.
apparent, so I don't. So from what I've been hearing is that, like you said, it was something said that either Glorilla slapped her or Glorilla hit her with her purse, JT, at
Mm-hmm.
some event, situation, whatever. And I feel like I remember when that came out about it, but it was just like people kind of skipped over it. So Glorilla had the Yeah Glow song where she was talking about slapping rap bitches and making bail hoe. So then she came out with a song recently and was like, me and JT not friends, but we not beefing either. So I think that's kind
Mm.
of what set that off, and then people start talking about um her hitting her with the purse or whatever, this case and that. And I guess JT was like, I don't know what it actually, this recent thing started off of, but I guess JT was just defending herself, saying that, well, not defending herself, but just basically saying that Glorilla didn't slap her. But
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like, well, she did slap. Did y'all get it? Did y'all get into some type of altercation? Did she hit you with something? But anyway, so that's what they love back and forth is going about. And um JT was talking about her, da da this and that, and they just going back and forth about it. But I'm just like, this, I get the JT part of it, of you trying to defend yourself, because people was like, well, Glorilla didn't say nothing if it wasn't true or not that she hit her or whatever the case may be. But also JT, I don't think JT is saying that she didn't slap me. So if she didn't slap you, did she hit you with the purse? Did she throw something? Like, what? I'm confused about what's happening with that
My
situation.
whole thing too is JT always gave me mean girl vibes. Like,
I
even when
think
she go ahead.
I think because she know that she's the better trio of her the better half of her group.
Bruh, that
Her
ain't hard to be. Y'all already know how I feel about Young Miami. I love Carisha, but Young Miami, no.
well,
And I give her
apparently
props for holding it down. She held them
she
down while
did.
JT was in jail.
She
But
did.
come
But
on now. Y'all know
apparently
that ladies.
people are trying to say that this is off subject of what we were just talking about. But apparently people trying to say that JT and Carisha was never really friends. This was just this J being a rapper was JT's thing, and for some reason she brought in Carisha so they could be a group. So
Yeah,
that's
I
why.
can see that. For me, I think that if you think about how that group dynamic was, JT didn't have a personality. Like, she's just kind of starting to, once she started feeling herself, fixing her face and all that, I think she's starting to feel herself a little bit more. But you kind of need that person that's going to be outgoing, that's going to be able to be in the meetings and advocate for you guys. And that's kind of the vibe that I get from Carisha, Young Miami, or whatever. So I can see that them not being like cool or whatever. And I was reading that apparently um what's the dude name she dating? Uzi Vert,
Uzi
is that
Vert,
him?
yeah.
That he was like being real mean to Carisha, and JT wasn't saying nothing or sticking up for Carisha or whatever, and that has caused them to kind of be into it. And one thing for sure, two things for certain, I ain't never finna let nobody badmouth ISIS in front of me.
But
I
even
don't
if
give a
y'all
hell who
not
it is.
cool, this is the other half of your group
Yeah, this is the
dynamic
person that's
person.
making helping you make
Make
millions of dollars.
money. And then my thing is that back to Young Miami holding them down while she was in jail. That was a lot. The girl was pregnant. She
Yes.
was out there going, doing performances, pregnant, like still promoting them and stuff like that. So even if y'all not cool, you can at least have respect enough for her to help make your dreams come true and make y'all who y'all are now. Because she could have
Mm-hmm.
said fuck it, and
Especially if that wasn't her dream.
yeah,
Girl,
when
bye.
you went to jail, she could have just been like, well, fuck it, I'm pregnant. I don't know. We'll figure it out once I had this baby and she get out of jail.
But she understood the assignment and knew that they was on an upward trajectory and was like, "Look, let me hold this down." And I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm Team Glorilla because I just always like Glorilla. Like I don't know why, and it's that part of me that want to be hood, but really not hood. That just connects with Glorilla. And like Glorilla said, "Girl, you went to jail for stealing, not fighting. Chill out."
Bro, when she posted the mug shots and I said, why would you do that to yourself?
And
Why?
then my thing too, though, you gonna say she said y'all always want to talk about me going to jail when I get into it with somebody. You literally posted the jail pictures. Nobody was even talking about that. You posted it, and then of course people gonna mention it because for real, that's a big part of who you are.
Yeah, like when one of the biggest features that y'all ever had came out, you was in jail. They wouldn't even let you out of jail to whatever was happening. I think they was getting an award or something for the show, the song, or something was happening, and they told her, "Oh, I think she had to turn herself in, and she couldn't delay it." And they told
Oh,
her, "Girl, we don't give a damn what you got going on with Drake. Your ass is going in this cell."
yeah, yeah. And for scamming, y'all scammers better learn. They gonna come for y'all when they can. They
But I
definitely
hope
is.
they at least, my thing is, they ain't never got to be a group again. Honestly, I'm not saying that they've solidified a part of this hip hop genre that we're in right now. They've solidified their spot, whether you like the City Girls, you don't like the City Girls. When they songs come on, you know it's them and you shake your ass. So they ain't never, if it's going to the point where they can't be cool and cordial with one another to at least make music together, then they can just kind of let it be. We got
Yeah,
enough
honestly, you
City
ain't even
Girl
got yeah music to
music.
what we good.
And then Hun Glorilla, I feel like I feel like JT is just like an introvert, and she really don't.
Mm-hmm.
She just is. We all know them people just who had an attitude of I don't really fuck with nobody. I don't want to fuck with nobody. I fuck with who I want to fuck with, and I just always got an attitude. And
Mm-hmm.
is that always the best personality to have? No, but it's just I feel like that's just her personality, and you want to be her friend or you don't want to be her friend, and it is what it
Yeah,
is. And her and Glorilla ain't never got to be cool, cordial, ever. But girl,
yeah.
did she
I'm gonna
slap you?
listen
You
to.
keep saying she didn't slap you, but did she hit you with the purse?
We need
Cause
to
you ain't
know.
saying that part.
The misfits need answers. Okay, did she hit you? Did she not
Cause
hit you?
my
Because either
thing
way,
is, if Glorilla ain't, if Glorilla didn't hit her, I would feel like she would come out and be like,
yeah, because you ain't
"No,
finna
I
pretend
didn't."
like you hit me
Yeah,
and have
like,
me looking like a punk.
but I would feel like she would be like, "No, that's not what happened." But also, I don't know Glorilla like that. Maybe maybe it is a lie, and she just don't want to say nothing. But I don't feel like she has a reason to. If that came out for her not to say nothing, like she didn't hear her, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
If you the person that's somebody accusing of getting hit, you're going to say, "No, this bitch ain't hit me." Like for real.
Yeah.
But
So I'm not faulting JT for being like, no, she didn't slap me. But girl, if she didn't slap you, did she hit you with the purse? Did she throw a drink on you? Like, what happened? Because I would be mad either way. Whether you slap me, hit me with something, threw something on me, I'm still gonna be mad.
Yeah, I agree. And for real, like I'm so over this fighting culture and all that shit because I feel like we losing each other and people getting killed and stuff. Unless like people been posting pictures of Glorilla from when she was a kid and her having guns and all that shit. That shit ain't cute. Like at the end of the day, y'all can have beef.
It's
Y'all can
not,
make
but also she is from Memphis.
yeah,
The culture is different.
yeah,
It's like people here in Chicago. Is it right? No, but she did grow up in the hood, so
yeah. That's true.
you know.
But I don't know. I just feel like rap beefs don't hit the same. Like even with this Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Drake, or whatever, whatever. I'm kind of over it. Like I really don't care.
It was
And
so random, and I get maybe it was some stuff that happened before some people, but it was just so random for Kendrick. Again, I don't follow rap like that to be going back in history and figuring it
oh
out.
my god, like I do
So
not want to have to do a fucking dissertation to figure out what that
so it
subliminal
just
mean.
seemed so random that he just came out talking about fuck the big three. It's just big me. Like
And what's wrong with
okay,
being in the big three?
that's I. That's why I'm like, damn, I didn't know y'all was beefing that bad. So where you just came out and said it like that.
And then for me, all y'all fake ass Kendrick Lamar people, because y'all was not bumping this album the way y'all claiming that y'all oh so deep into Kendrick Lamar. Like, let's just keep it a buck. Y'all really want to ride for Kendrick Lamar. I literally before this whole beef stuff was going down, because you know they've been throwing shots at each other for forever. People was like, "Ain't nobody listening to Kendrick. Ain't nobody saying turn that new Kendrick on." Y'all literally was just saying that, but now because he had this mid track verse or whatever on this mid song with Metro Boomin and Future. Like if it wasn't first off, can we just keep it a buck and say that the first half of that beat was
It
trash?
was horrible. Kendrick's beat part was the best part of the whole thing to me.
Exactly. And I'm like, what are we all listening to the same track? Like,
I was
no.
like, what is happening?
Like literally me and Ice was in the car when the diss track dropped. And I'm like, okay, we got to listen to it for the pod because you know the Misfits want to know what's up. And I'm listening to it, and I love rap. I love rap beef. I love all of that type of stuff. And I'm just like, I'm listening to it like I want to love it. I want to love it, and I'm just listening to the track. Even the J Cole response to the track. Number one, I'm not listening to a 7 minute diss track. I'm just not. I'm not doing it. Number two, I heard a couple clips. It was decent or whatever, but I want you to say this person, I hate this person before for this X, Y, and Z reason. I don't need the double entendres. I don't need the metaphors. I don't need that. Just keep it straight. But you know, these new kids be like, oh my God, remember in that video he was wearing red sneakers? So now that's why he said I put black on the red. You be like, y'all ain't got nothing else to do. That's why these kids be dumb. They can freaking tell you a rap song from 10 years ago with an Easter egg from a song from the '70s, and y'all like, oh my god. But let's just keep it real. Like, can we wrap this shit up by noon?
Jake, I like J. Cole's situation better than Kendrick, and I don't know. I was just it. I guess it was just because Kendrick's thing was just so random to me personally. Again, I don't follow rap like that, so I don't know. So it was just really random, and then it don't make it no better. It seemed like he just feels salty and bitter because J. Cole and Drake is on tour together. But again, I
If you
don't
wanted
follow
an
rap,
invite, just ask them.
bro. I
I'm
don't
sure they
follow
would have let you
rap.
come.
I don't know what's happening there. Maybe J. Cole and Drake had said something. I don't know it, but I just like J. Cole's better because it was obviously a response to whatever
Yeah, yeah,
Kendrick said.
I can see that.
So
But I don't know. I'm over it. Can we all just kumbaya and make some good music and keep it pushing or whatever? Because I'm tired of all these random ass beats. Like, what is this Cardi B versus Ray Monte? Like, I did see that apparently Essence magazine or some magazine did an article about Ray Monte using him as an example of how like you can get pigeonholed into like a stereotype, and it kind of stagnates you from getting to the next level. Okay, I get it. I don't want nobody using me as an example of why ghetto people can't prosper. So he was like, "Well, Cardi, I think he said like Cardi B is ghetto and she get all the accolades or whatever. Is it because she light skinned or Spanish or whatever?" And they all got into it. Maybe you got a little bit more insight on it than me, because I was so confused. I kept seeing all these people doing 5-minute dissertations on why Raymonte ain't popping, and then I seen people was talking about Landon Romano, who I like Landon Romano. I'm sorry. So I didn't want to like say too much, because I definitely watch Landon videos way more than I watch Raymonte videos. So I was like, maybe I'm part of the problem. I don't know. But you tell me what you thought about this whole beef.
So, like you said, it started with Essence and they article of him, and then he shot back and was like, "Well, Essence, I guess he was saying because they obviously don't use him just to like for clicks and views and da da this and that." And so he was like, so he threw Cardi B in his conversation. He was like, you know when people say no shade,
It's all
it's
shade,
all
baby.
shade. So he was like, no shade to Cardi B, but like with Cardi B, she's more ghetto than I am, and I wanted to be like,
Ooh.
um, even when we first she was on Love and Hip Hop, she was ghetto, but she wasn't like his
Ooh.
type of
Yeah. And my thing too, though,
ghetto.
there is a time and a place for everything. Like you and I both know how to turn on and off depending on where we are. If we at the club or whatever, back in our clubbing days, because you ain't finna find me in nobody club right now, we would get in turn or whatever. We literally live in the hood or whatever, so we know how to navigate the hood. But if you trying to make it to a specific space and area or whatever, you got to know how to code switch. It is what it is. And two, let's keep it real. Us as black people, we know that we can't be, and it's messed up, and I know it's bogus or whatever, but we can't be our authentic self all the time. And we know that other people, other races are going to be able to do things that we are not going to be able to do. Like, no matter how much we want to make Cardi B seem like she black, she not. So she gonna get a little bit of more leeway than a black person is. And I don't want to hear this whole, oh, she's Dominican. Until Dominican people say they black, they not black, okay? Because
Well, her
call
mom
a
is
Dominican
Trinidadian, so she's in there black that way.
ISIS. If you got to do a whole math equation to figure out where you get your blackness from, no, it's a no for me. Because Cardi B has said on multiple occasions that she's not black. So let's not make it because the other day she said she was black, now she black. Nah, son. They speak in Spanish in their crib. Let's just keep it real. And that's no tea, no shade to anybody from Trinidad, because Nicki Minaj is from Trinidad, blah 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 blah. Whatever. She didn't want to out. She didn't identify as black, and you don't get to come back now and say, "Oh, I'm black now." That ain't how that work. But I think that number two, though, for Cardi B to even be beefing with somebody from TikTok, girl, you ain't got nothing else to do.
No,
Cause her ass doing field reviews, she doing everything but like what you got going on, Cardi.
I
And I'm
think
not.
it was the thing of the way he made it was sounding like it's like Cardi B didn't work to where she is now, and
Mhm.
we can't sit here and just act like Cardi B didn't work to get to where
Yeah, that's
she is
true.
now. Now, okay, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not trying to be oblivious to, colorism and all this, that, and the third, because obviously it's a thing. So, obviously, yeah, she probably do get some privileges because she's light, this, that, and the third. But we all seen where Cardi B came from with Love and Hip Hop. We all
But
seen that. We all seen how everybody and they mama called Cardi B ghetto and she dumb because of the way she talk and yada yada this and that. And people still call her ghetto now. But she did work to where she
Yeah.
get
I'm
to now.
also confused at what Ray Monte, like, what's the end goal for him? Like, if you saying you're not getting opportunities, what opportunities are you wanting? Because him and Cardi B are kind of like in two different lanes. Like, y'all
If
not
this
even
was
in the
Cardi B
same race.
from Love and Hip Hop days when she first became popular to the world and he was saying something like this, maybe. Maybe I can
But
see.
she was even still a rapper then. So, like, what is his
Yeah,
end
so it's
goal?
kind
All
of
you're,
like y'all two aren't. That's where Landon came in, where everybody was like,
yeah, yeah.
if
They were
you would
like,
have
you
said
could,
Landon,
yeah,
him as a white man getting these opportunities, but he's doing,
the same thing. Yeah.
I guess, acting black or whatever. His demeanor and mannerisms are black. And he getting all these opportunities.
What opportunities is Landon getting, though?
I don't know. I don't follow him, but I come across his videos every once in a
I
while. I don't
follow him, but
follow
he
him.
just be doing random videos in the house, singing and stuff.
I don't
So
know
I'm
if he
like,
really it's some type of opportunities that he getting to where his name got. Or I guess maybe he just because his popularity spread on TikTok or whatever. He's popular.
um,
I don't know. But it's just kind of like you didn't have to throw anybody into your conversation
yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
your
You can
beef with.
defend yourself without downing somebody
Yeah, because
else.
that's your beef that you got with Essence.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
that ain't had nothing to do with nobody else about why you not getting opportunities because there's plenty of black influencers, content creators that's in the same boat that you are, and it's as black I don't know. I sometimes
yeah,
us as black people and I like I get it. We want to be in these spaces and we want to be recognized as equal. And I completely understand that because obviously we deserve it because we set the trends, we set
yeah, yeah,
everything that's going on. But sometimes you have to step back and realize that in certain spaces you can't force these people. It's still a lot of old white people that's in these positions who still have a slave mentality mindset and feel like black people are beneath them. And I'm not saying we shouldn't push to break through that, but when it comes at where you have to put other people down because of why you're not where you want to be,
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
where I think that's what's the most issue is about it.
yeah.
It's because you didn't have to bring her up because Cardi B is a millionaire. You just
And minding
popular
her
on
business.
TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all are not in the same league at
Right.
all.
And she has a right to defend herself because why are you bringing me up? Like,
Yeah,
bro,
I can concede when you have made a valid point. I do agree with that. I love Cardi B or whatever. I feel like she is authentic to herself or whatever. I just hate when people have to tear somebody else down to make a point because side note, it makes me really think about the whole Jackie Aina situation. And if you guys don't know who Jackie Aina is, she's basically a content creator. She's also a businesswoman. She's a what's it called? A activist. She is a makeup artist or whatever. Me and Isis have been watching her since we was in college, sharing a phone, looking at her videos on YouTube. Like,
I
and
mean, but
I just
we both had our own phones, but we was sometimes look at
watching
stuff
it on one. Yeah,
on.
we watched it on one phone. We had our own phones. We weren't in the slums like that, okay? But this is before tablets and all that jazz. You had look, everybody had time for all that. So anyway, if you don't know, she has been on this journey of transitioning to a luxury lifestyle, which I live for. I love Jackie Aina, and people are like, I first off, she is in luxury. Why do y'all have such a hard time having black women live luxurious lifestyles? Like, what's the
It's the
problem with
fact that
that?
people like everything she's showing you could get at H&M or TJ Maxx. First of all, see when you don't have money, you don't understand how things work because the most simplest things. that you think that might not cost that
Bruh.
much be costing thousands and thousands of dollars.
Bruh. That's
And I'm
because they,
broke. I'm
bruh.
considered poor. Okay, and I'm in the poor tax bracket. But I know that you could think that something simple might only be $5, $10,
Girl,
and it
buy it
be
be
50,000.
5,000. Because if you be seeing, they be doing those videos where it be like, the dude be like, what kind of shirt you got on? They be some random ass brand you ain't never heard of, but it costs
Because poor
$2,000.
people, really wealthy people, know about these brands that poor people don't know about,
Yeah,
and that's
most.
for a reason, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because they be like, oh, white people don't wear their wealth. Yes, they do.
Yes,
Y'all
they
just don't
do.
mean
Just because they got on a regular black plain t-shirt and some khakis, they whole outfit probably costs more than your rent every month.
facts. And side note, for all y'all motherfuckers that went and bought all the perfumes from Sephora, count your days. And I had to go, and no disrespect to Forever Move's website, I had to buy from Forever Move's website, and I had to spend $100 to get free shipping. So I ended up getting two perfumes for my birthday. Um, but I'm super excited to um have her perfume in my collection. And what I tell you, hard to get is my new signature fragrance. Like, I am so excited. I can't wait for Isis to smell the scent so she can pick which one she getting. Because I thought
Also,
I was
can we
gonna
talk
want indie.
about how best of a best friend that my best friend is that she bought the samples, the little 20, the little 4-pack sample thing for herself, right? And so she gets it. I'm not thinking anything. I'm just like, oh, she's sampling, she telling me what she like, what she don't like. She was like, I'm gonna send this to you so you can see what you like. I said, I didn't even say that. I was like, okay. She's like, I already know what I want, so you just
Yeah,
have
because
this.
for me, number one, I knew Isis wanted to get the sample, but she a procrastinator and it sold out before she got to get it. Me, I already know. As soon as I saw 5 videos on TikTok of people talking about this shit, I said, let me hurry up and order it because y'all play too much. And I have learned my lesson from listening to other people tell me what fragrances smell good. Because it's kind of like food. Everybody has different taste buds. They have different scents, whatever that you like. And I thought that, okay, so number one, the Forever Move fragrances come in 4 different scents. Okay, everybody was going crazy over NDA, so I'm like, I'm listening to them, I'm hearing them talk about the notes, like I know what the fuck they talking about, and I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be the one I like. But something told me, Keturah, just wait until your sample kit come before you order the full size bottle. So I get the samples. It come like 4 little mini ones or whatever, and I spray them. And don't number one, too, make sure you guys let these perfumes dry down because I was ready to drag Jackie. Okay, I was ready to drag her for the you what's it called? What I am her. I was ready to drag her. I was like, this shit stinks. You got me spending my money, and then I let it dry down, and I was like, oh my bad, it smelled amazing. But hard to get is my new signature scent. I'm so excited about it. I did order NDA. I ordered the travel size of the NDA because I like it, but I didn't love it. But the hard to get, I ordered the full size bottle, and I decided, what's the purpose of me keeping all these samples when I can just send it to Isis so she can smell them before she spend? Because these bottles are not cheap. Okay, each bottle is what, $78 or $79.
It's
The
80 on
mini,
Sephora. It's $1 cheaper on Jackie's site.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Wow. Sephora got to get they they cut. But I was like, I need to smell. So don't just go off of what people are saying when it comes to these reviews, whether that's for a business, whether that's for food, because everybody taste buds, smell buds, whatever, are all different. And I'm super excited. I'm super proud of Jackie. I
Also,
wanted
don't
to,
let people deter you from getting her perfume in general, because the fact that people talk about the bottles that she got look cheap, and
and it's glass from what I heard.
I'm like, what about this looks cheap? I'm confused. I was so confused because I'm like, if y'all don't like her, just say that, but don't try to make something be like something untrue be true,
When I
because
say that this perfume, I spray a little one spray. I sprayed on my wrist yesterday afternoon, and when I got up today, I could still smell it on
but
my
you know, I think
wrist.
what the problem is that people feel like Jackie is now quote unquote unrelatable. But I think
Mm,
that because people don't understand that, again, this is coming from somebody who is considered poor in this country, but also has a realistic mindset. When you start making a certain type of money, first of all, you're going to automatically start caring. You can't be the same person that you were when you were not making money, when you were
exactly.
broke. You can't be that person because you're never going to continue to elevate, to continue to make money and grow. So that's one thing. You can't still have that same mindset. And also, money changes you, whether that's for the good and whether that's for the bad. You is not going to be the same person that you was. So if now I want to redecorate my house every
Mm-hmm.
month, if I want to have
Girl,
a towel warmer in my
bruh,
bathroom for
I'm
my
broke and I
towels,
love all of it. I literally started doing the whole organizing my shit because of Jackie, and it's another black woman whose page I can't remember right now, where some of the stuff she be doing be too much, but I could tell that she doing it for her views. Like she did a video, I can't remember the lady name, but she did a video where she went on a month vacation, she came back and she cleaned her refrigerator and she threw all the shit away. And I
right?
feel like she was just trolling
Like
because
people still want her to be, and honestly, to me personally, Jackie hasn't changed that much.
exactly.
Her
No, she just
background of her life has changed, but her as a person has not changed. And
at all.
I think people don't like the fact that
People want you to
she
stay
not
on the.
still in her little bedroom with her grainy
Mm,
videos
and that
with
goes for not
dark
just
lighting.
Jackie though. Like people in general. If you're the same, like people, I seen a post that was like, if you knew me in high school, no, you don't. Like you don't know me no more. Like anybody that knew me in high school, even college, like I am not the same person that I was. Isis tells me all the time. Number one, she says that I've gone soft,
She
but
hasn't.
whatever. Try me if you want to, if you think I've gone soft. But I feel like if you're not evolving, if you're not like there are some friendships and people that you can take with you through every aspect of your life. But for real, if you're not losing friendships, if you're not growing, if you're not evolving as a person, that's a red flag to me. Like
And
in
it
every
doesn't have to be
aspect.
knockout, drag out, y'all fought and y'all just not cool no more, like that type of thing. But sometimes people just grow apart, and
And
that's
that's
okay.
fine. And I love it. I love her being true to herself. Like all of y'all people who still calling her auntie in the comments after she told y'all that she don't feel comfortable with that. It's something wrong with y'all. Like it's not something wrong with her because she decided that she wants to create another narrative over her life or whatever.
And
Like,
it's not because it's because she the way she was explaining it is because when people start calling you auntie, that takes you to another level of accountability that she don't want.
yeah,
She
she want
don't
to be able
want
to
that
make mistakes. She want to,
accountability from all these random people that she don't know. She just want to
yeah.
get on the internet, make her little videos, and go on about about her day with her and her. She's still saying it's her fiance, but I personally think that they done got married already, and I think she just trolling. Keep saying that that's her fiance because she know it's making people mad. But I think they done got married already. But that's neither here nor there. Again, that's none of my business because who am I to talk? I ain't got no ring on my finger and I ain't got no man. So I can't tell nobody when they should be getting married and why they been engaged so long and yada yada this and that. I feel like she done got married already and it ain't nobody else's business. But
Yeah, I feel like people think because you put your life on social media that that gives you the that y'all get to say whatever the fuck y'all want to say to people. They still people at the end of the day, whether that's Cardi B, whether that's uh Jackie Ina, like whoever. Like leave these people alone. They regular ass folks that's just trying to live their regular ass lives because y'all definitely be getting on my nerves. And shout out to Forever Mood. I'm so excited they shipped my package today. And this is not sponsored because I know a lot of those videos. I could tell that Jackie's PR team is A1 or whatever, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But her products is actually fire. And this is coming from somebody who loves perfumes, that has some expensive perfumes, that has some the Walgreens perfumes or whatever. I've really been in my perfume era, and I love that for me. Like, I'm in my self-care body lotions, body butters. Also shout out to this brand called Corey B Beauty. Not sponsored. This lady don't know me from a shade of paint, but her products are super dope. Love her. I think it's a black woman too, so that's even better.
That's the one with the bundles that you sent me.
I don't know. With
Um,
the I don't know. It had like the sugar scrub and the
yeah, coming like a body butter and all that, but she got like
yeah,
bundles
yeah,
on with.
her. I love her products. I've literally used it to like where I scrape the bottom of it. You know it's bad when you gotta get the little scraper and get all of it because number one, it's not cheap, and number two, it smells so good. So shout out to her. Maybe one day I will be sponsored by somebody. But I feel like be your authentic self and fuck what these other people got to say. Because at the end of the day, what Charlamagne says it's like the rule of 10. Like six people gon' no, he said four people gonna like it, four people gonna hate it, and two people ain't gonna care either way. Or something like that. I can't remember what he said. Something like that. Y'all look it up. He basically said at the end of the day, it's gonna be somebody that don't like your shit. It's gonna be somebody that like it, and it's gonna be a couple people who don't give a fuck. So just live your life at the end of the day. But before we go, I do want to talk about how this doctor should be fired. And I just thought this story was so crazy that I couldn't end the day without telling y'all. So if you don't know, Holly Berry is a actress who I love.
Berry,
Everybody,
Halle Berry, Halle
yeah,
Berry.
that's been talked about and has so many movies and TV shows and all that jazz. So Holly Berry says that she went to the doctor because she was having all these symptoms or whatever, and the doctor tells her that she has the worst case of herpes that he has ever seen. And if you've ever gotten an STD test, which I'm hoping everybody that has listened to this has gotten an STD test at some point in their life, um, first off, it's the most stressful, anxiety filled thing of all time. Like they literally tell you, if we call you, you got something. If we don't call you, you don't got something. And
Shout out
that's
to the doctor's offices though. Now they have a portal to where you can just look up the results, and you ain't
yeah,
gotta wait no
yeah,
call.
because that is stressful. And you thinking back like knowing damn well you ain't had sex with nobody, but you still like, oh my God, what if I got something? Anyway, so she goes to the doctor, he tell her she got herpes, and she's a 57-year-old beautiful black woman, and she's stressing out or whatever, and come find out this nigga, all she got is pre-menopause. I'd have slapped the shit out that doctor. First off, I'm suing the fuck out of you for emotional distress. Because number one, you ain't say like some shit that she could get rid of. Herpes is forever. Now she's sitting in the car probably like, I'm gonna beat this nigga ass when I get home. Cause I think she in like a monogamous relationship or whatever. So imagine that. I know she called her man. She
But
didn't went.
I
She
want to
left
know
him.
what was the symptoms and what test did he run to
He
where.
must have didn't run the symptoms. I think she was saying she was having like dryness in her vagina.
But herpes is like a. I mean, I guess if you don't have an outbreak, you don't have the. But you got like, if he's saying it's the worst case he done seen, it's she had to have something, some type of visual something. Because
She
I'm
said that she
confused.
felt like she had razor blades in her vagina.
So it could be.
And
So you could have outbreak up in there too.
I don't think that she like it felt like she had she said she it felt like she had razor blades in her vagina. So I guess he heard that and was like, you got the worst case. But her and her man both got tested and they tested negative for STDs. First off, I'm coming for your whole license, nigga. Cause you got me and my man. I know they was arguing. She's like, the fucking doctor told me that I got herpes and I ain't been with nobody but you. And imagine you ever been in an argument with somebody and you know you didn't do it, but they sound convincing. He's like, well, damn, maybe do I have herpes? Like, literally, he probably like, well, if doctor said, maybe I just didn't know or whatever. And she like, I went to the doctor and bruh, I know
But then
I'm calling the
also,
board or something. And don't tell
besides
nobody they got
that,
a disease
I'm
without
not looking
testing it.
forward to menopause. If it razor blades up in my cooch, I can barely take the cramps every month.
Bruh, I literally have cramps and I don't even have a period. I be so
Bro,
irritated with being a woman sometimes. So I'm like, how I got the symptoms? I'd rather just have the
it's
blood.
literally a 3 week thing.
Bruh, you get it a
You
week
barely get the
before.
one you barely get the 1 week when there's nothing happening, because then you got the PMS happening that week.
Bruh. I get all the. I know my husband be like, this bitch PMS and she don't even get a period. I be grumpy and shit. I be hungry. I'm like, my stomach cramp. Like last night I was having stomach cramps. I know he like, what the hell going on? That's how Paisley ended up being here. Like legit. And I don't know if this TMI or whatever, but you know, they told me that because I had PCOS that I wasn't gonna be able to have no. I was doing all. First off, stay off Google too because I'm googling PCOS and they like it
Bro,
can
I
lead to
remember I
infertility.
said, this girl, why just she knows she got anxiety. Why do she do this to herself?
Bruh, I literally was like, I know Isis done been through with me for so much time. Like I be like, Isis, I got the herpes, I got blah blah. She like, girl, shut the hell up. No, you
And then I'll
don't,
be like, well, you should go to the doctor. Well, if it is something wrong, I just don't want to know. Well, why are you telling
but.
me?
Bruh, Isis is like, you take your ass to the doctor because I'm tired of hearing this shit. And every time I
Bro,
go to the doctor, they be like, girl, you just wasted your copay coming up in here. Like legit. And I was like, I'm never gonna have a baby. I'm taking all kind of y'all, I was taking all kind of medicine to have a baby, all type of shit.
it's because she lost that weight.
Yeah. Fat people, most of the time you're not infertile, just lose some weight. And I literally lost all that weight and I'm on the phone with Isis. I remember Ro was sick. And I had made me a plate I'll never forget. I think I still got the picture in my phone. It was like pancakes with grits and sausage and eggs, some fat ass shit.
Oh, I
But
remember that. And you was like, I don't, I can't. And I think that's you took a pregnancy test not too long after that.
yeah, that day I was like, Isis, I don't know. I just don't. I spent all that time cooking that meal. And I was like, I don't know. I
Now
just don't feel
thinking
good.
back about it, it was a couple times that you will be like, I just made all this food, and I don't even want it, and that is very
Yeah.
unlike
And I was like, I didn't
to
think nothing of it. And then until I threw up, and I'm one of those people who don't throw up. Like even unless I'm like blackout drunk, which I don't do anymore. Um, I will not throw up. And I was like, Isis, I just threw up. And me and Isis been friends 18 years. She was like, you threw up. You good? I'm like, I don't know. It's like, you pregnant? And you know our whole lives, we go through that whole, are you pregnant? You better go take a test. But neither one of us ever be pregnant. I didn't probably took so many goddamn pregnancy tests. But anyway, uh, don't end up not being pregnant or whatever. So I'm like, girl, I ain't pregnant, whatever. The next day, I'm still feeling sick. So I called out of work that morning, and I go to Walmart. Number one,
I
when you
was on the
call off,
phone with her.
it was early in the morning too. I think it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. And I go and I'm like, I gotta get a pregnancy test. Rose already gone from work. I go get the pregnancy test. I called out of work sick. And you know, you be seeing people from work and they trying to talk to you, and you like, girl, I'm not even supposed to see you. I'm supposed to be at work. So I go, I get the pregnancy test, I take the shit, and I'm knowing that I'm not pregnant. I'm like, girl, bye, I'm not fucking pregnant. I took the test, went laid down. And I was like, oh shit, I took a pregnancy test. Let me go check it. Girl, you can't tell me that motherfucker said pregnant. I said, nope, I ain't pregnant. Mm-mm. I called the doctor. The doctor was like, all right, we can get you in or whatever. I go and I take the test and they don't tell you, like, you take a P test. The P test said, yeah, you pregnant. I'm like, nah, mm-mm. The doctor on some bullshit. She's like, we could do the blood test. I said, all right, let's do the blood test. Cause I was like, mm-mm, I'm not pregnant. Fuck what they talking about. Girl, that blood test came back. And here come my mama. I just knew I had a dream that you was. I'm like,
Why
Mom, you
they
didn't.
always have a dream? Ain't
I
nobody
was
asked you about
smelling.
the dream.
I had a dream about some fish or some shit.
Fish,
They be saying. I'm like, Mama, you've been saying that shit for years, and it finally came to fruition. But I wouldn't change anything for the world, even though Paisley put me through it during my pregnancy. I lost a tooth. They don't tell you about that type of shit.
bro.
Like it.
Everybody keep talking about innocence. If my mama asks me one more time about giving her a grandbaby, okay, girl.
No, go ahead and do it. It's the happiest, most stressful time of my life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever,
I ain't never gonna. Me and Ro got to snuggle today because Paisley was she went in the bed with us or whatever. I'm like, babe, maybe in 10 years we'll get to snuggle again, cause she be right in the middle of us, like cock blocking like a mug.
bro. They need to break the cycle.
Bruh,
They gonna be
I tried
sneaking.
to put her in
They
her
gonna be
own
sneaking
bed,
for the rest of their lives until she move out of
but I'm
Cosmic.
not gonna lie though, sneaking and having sex in your own house is so exciting. Like
Sure, I will give you that,
it's
but
so exciting. I'm like, she's
girl,
taking a nap. She's taking a nap. Let's get it in real quick, real quick. You don't have, but you don't get to do all the whips and chains and all the fun stuff when you
bro,
sneaking. But
y'all ain't getting no younger. Y'all keep doing quick. Somebody leg gonna start cramping up.
bruh,
Then what you gonna do,
I done had a leg cramp in my, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't had to try to dismount and you fuck up your hip, girl, trying to be sexy and you like, oh shit, my knee, girl. It's a mess. But enough of our rambling. It's time for my favorite part of the episode, your favorite part of the episode, and this one isn't an Am I the asshole? This one is a anonymous I need advice. As always, me and Isis has not read this story before. We're gonna read it and give you guys our first reactions. Title of the story is I want my fiance to get rid of his 5-year-old daughter with exclamation point. Please, we starting off with a bang. Please keep me anonymous. I need some advice from your followers. We can do that for you. First off, I want you to know that this person spelled fiance as FAINCE. Okay? So that's just giving you a little bit of insight on the person we're dealing with right now. Okay. My 32-year-old fiance has a 5-year-old daughter. Her mother passed away when she was giving birth to her. He has been raising her ever since he lost his wife with the help of his family, of course. I am now in the picture and we're getting married in 2023 and I am 6 months pregnant with his son. I am not the stepmother type, so I know I won't treat his daughter the same way that I will treat our son. To be quite honest, she annoys me, exclamation point. She looks exactly like her mother.
keep going, keep going.
She looks exactly like her mother, so she constantly reminds my fiance of his dead wife, and she is very attached to her daddy, which makes me feel afraid that my son will not be able to bond with his father because of her. I basically want to tell my fiance to get rid of her so she can live with her grandparents, or we can find a nice couple that wants to adopt the child. I don't know how to approach the situation, but I need to find a way to convince my husband to get rid of her. I'm not a bad person. I'm just trying to look out for my son and make sure that he will get all of his father's attention that he deserves. Please help.
First of all, this
Bitch.
got to be a joke. This cannot be a true somebody really wanted advice because you dumb bitch. What the fuck are you talking about? Are we first? And I am always the one that says I can't date no man with kids because it be a lot of baby mama drama, this and that. But literally, you have the best. Oh, that's
That's
not right to
terrible.
say. That is
Terrible.
not
I
right
know
to
it. I
say.
know what you mean though.
But you don't have
That's
to deal with that part of it. Like you don't have to deal with the baby mama drama, this and that. Also, the little girl is 5 and she lost her mother.
that she
You
never
don't
even got to know.
you don't first of all, she's 5. She's gonna be attached to her father regardless because that is her parent. And if you're not the stepmother type, you
Why
dumb,
would you even
inconsiderate,
girl?
dumb woman, why would you get into a relationship with somebody who has a child? And
And you know the
obviously
history.
is still going to grieve his wife Even if the little girl didn't look like her, it's a part of his wife that passed away. What is wrong? See, this is, you can't even defend some stuff as a woman. This is the stuff you can't even defend, because what are we talking about here? And then you talking about your son, girl. You
Girl, your
don't think,
son
if you
already
didn't
fucked
think that
because he
this
got you.
man was capable of spreading his love with another child, why would you get with him for number one if you know you're not the stepmother type? And number
Facts.
two, why would you have a baby by somebody that you feel like is not gonna treat the child that y'all have together the same as the child that he already has?
And number one, this dude seemed like a stand up fucking guy that's been through a fucking lot or whatever. And he would be a good parent to either of his kids or whatever. And like you said, you knew that that girl existed from the get go. So how dare you come into this man's life knowing his situation, pretending like you cool with his situation, getting pregnant and talking about, oh, you hope that he gonna be able to love
Get
your
rid of
son.
get rid of her like she is an old towel or something
Right, like
that's
girl, if you
raggedy
don't go
with holes
somewhere,
in it.
just
Like,
ridiculous.
what do we talk like?
And I hope he read this shit. I don't
I
care
hope
if
he
you
do, and I
anonymous.
hope he kick. You, I don't advocate for men not taking care of their children, but I hope he kick her ass to the curb and
And
act like
get
that baby
custody
don't
of that
exist.
son. He need custody of both the kids because
Because what? Why would you come on? It has to be a joke. There's no way that somebody wanted advice for a real life situation like this.
it's
That
some
can't
shitty
be
people in
real,
this world. It
because that
really is.
his penis has got to be really amazing for you to go against your morals and values and who you are as a person, knowing that you don't want to be a step parent to be with him.
And don't get me wrong, being a step parent can be very difficult. It's also difficult to be a step parent and then also have children of your own with your spouse. Because I've been there, done that, or whatever. And you always wonder, like, are you going to treat the kids differently or whatever, whatever, whatever.
But
And
that
I'm
was,
not going to sit.
it's not a case. That's, you wasn't going into it being like, oh, I know I'm not the stepmama type. I know I ain't gonna be
Well, you
able to
shouldn't date
date
nobody
like
with kids
you.
if you don't think that you're going to be able to treat them. And nobody is asking you to treat them like your own kids because let's just keep it a buck. It's nearly impossible to treat your stepchildren the exact same way that you're going to treat your kids from a biological standpoint. There's a connection with your biological children that you may or may not have with your stepchildren. That's not the case for me. I love my kids or whatever. They know I ride for them. But there is like a line that I know that I can't cross as their step parent or whatever. But for you to come in knowing what that dude has been through, number one, losing a spouse, it has to be one of the most difficult things to go through. I watched my father go through it, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody or whatever. So for him to even open himself up again to love, to be with somebody, and to procreate with somebody or whatever, and then he end up with your ass, and
You,
I know that you was pretending like you love that little girl and blah blah blah. You probably was putting little razors in her food and shit. Like that's the type of shit evil step parents have do. And I've had my share of evil step parents. So I know from that aspect too. And that little girl probably see, depending on how long y'all been together, I'm assuming you've been together, what she said, she's 6 months pregnant. So they
at
had to
least
be
a
with each
year,
other, hopefully. Because he might have just got engaged with her because she was pregnant. But like for you to sit up and do some raggedy shit like that and to post this shit online, talking about, can you please keep me anonymous? I would have accidentally on purpose posted her fucking name.
bro.
Because how fucking dare you come on this damn website asking for some fucking help with your bitch ass?
Talking
This was
about
last year.
stay with her
This
grandparents or somebody to adopt. Girl, are you crazy? Are you Delulu?
and you think that
The,
he finna leave his daughter for you, girl? I hope he found out before. I hope he was online and somebody said this sound like your situation because she do not deserve him. She don't
she
deserve
don't
any
deserve that.
happiness.
You know what? I'm not gonna say that either.
But I get what you're saying. It's fucking ridiculous. Get some help. Because if you beefing with a 5-year-old child, there's something
Right.
wrong with you.
And I know kids can be difficult, but
But you came into it knowing the situation. So I don't feel no kind of way about you.
bruh, knowing you don't want to be a step parent, that's the thing. And
And
I
it's
know, like I said, I say all the time, I don't want to be with somebody with kids and da da this and that. But I'm not a cold hearted person that if it happened, I'm not gonna be like, well, it's either your
ISIS be
kid or it's
all
me.
in when them niggas be
I
having kids. She
do.
be
I
buying gifts,
know.
all type of shit.
I know. It's so bad. But
Just
they be so
ridiculous.
cute. I
Cause
know.
kids are innocent. They ain't got nothing to do. That girl lost her mother. She ain't never gonna know.
Well, see, that's the
Oh,
thing. I don't have a problem with the children. It's the other stuff.
yeah, I didn't have my share of bad baby mamas too. What the hell been going on with me? The first time I blame you, but that's a story for another day.
That is not my fault. We've heard this story. It's not my fault. I gave my warning. I gave my warning loud and clear. But she wanted to be grown. Since you got your degree and think you know everything, you wanted to be grown. And that is my fault.
Yeah, that was traumatizing for me. But it is what it is. But if you made it this far in the episode, I commend you. I know we was talking about any and everything in the book. But as always, thank you guys for listening. Make sure you guys are following us on all social media platforms at Misguided Misfits Pod. If you have any questions or you guys want us to talk about something specific, make sure you guys send us an email at misguidedmisfitspod@gmail.com. We'll answer any and all questions on the air. Also, make sure you guys are following Bedrock Cosmetics, Bedrock couponing, also on all social media platforms. And that's all I got.
And you can follow me. Well, follow my crochet page at Isis Pulls Up a Loop on Instagram.
Oh,
Um,
shout out to my cute hat. Me and my husband love the hats that Isis has knitted for us. I'm so excited to be super extra with my crochet. I don't know what kind of hat you would call that, but I love it.
it's just a ruffle hat, a
But
crochet ruffle hat.
make sure you guys are following her on social media because she is cold with a needle and yarn. But as always, we love you guys. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.